Hey guys, we're back with another video, another VHS haul, the promised spooky VHS haul. These are all tapes that I picked up over the last couple of months that are more horror related. Some things, walks a fine line, but all horror related in some way. There's actually a couple things that we'll do at the end if it makes it. That are more just 90s action and comedies, but 90% of this is horror, and there's quite a lot of tapes here, maybe 20 or so. So let's start with the more kid-friendly stuff. Now, I've been watching a ton of the original Flintstone series lately, and this was one tape that I had on my bucket list of VHS tapes. So I finally pulled the trigger and I just ordered it because I wanted it for my collection. The Flintstones, A Haunted House is Not a Home. This was really fun. I watched it recently and it's, I just really adore the Flintstones. I watched them when I was a kid on Boomerang, and I'm assuming it was Boomerang, and it's just such a timeless show that you can always throw on. It's fun. All the caveman puns and things like that are a good laugh. So I got this one, and not only that, but I got the Flintstones meet Rockula and Frankenstone. That caveman pun, you always got to get it in. So really cool cover. I actually haven't watched this one yet, but I've been going back and watching all of the Flintstones Halloween or horror episodes. There was what's the one where they meet the neighbors? It feels like a ripoff of the Addams Family. I watched that one more recently, but I've just been having a lot of fun going back and watching the Flintstone series, just going through all of them and really seeing how it evolved from the first season into the later seasons. The first episodes didn't even have the theme song, that classic theme song, so really fun to go back and watch this. Now this, I didn't even know it existed, and I've been doing my program, Python program that plays a bunch of retro commercials. I posted the links because so many people were interested, so I posted the work in progress scripts that I've been making and the libraries, and I started a Discord to provide some technical support to get people up and running. So I saw this on one of the commercials from a tape that I was ripping, and I was like, oh my god, I didn't know that there was a Grinch Halloween special. And I watched it. I wasn't super impressed with it, I'll be honest, but I was at the thrift store and then I saw this pop up. So it's interesting because I think the original, it's called Halloween is Grinch Night or something like that, and for the VHS release they just did It's Grinch Night. I wonder what the reason for that is, but even though I didn't like it, I felt compelled to pick it up. It kind of felt like the universe was trying to put it into my world, with me seeing the commercial and watching it and then seeing the tape. I couldn't escape this thing, so I had to get it. And then this one is kind of a holy grail. I posted a short about it. The new Addams Family from Fox. And I was just talking about this in the last VHS haul that I did, because I picked up the Addams Family reunion, which was done by Saban, to launch the series. And before I got this, I haven't seen any other examples of this tape anywhere. So it really, really special to have stumbled upon it. Really cool and unique to have found this. So really excited for it. It's sealed. I kind of feel bad opening it, but I have been watching the series online and it's a lot better than what I had remembered. It's actually been pretty fun to watch. So yeah, really unique find and a cool thing to add to my collection. So let's go into some of more classic or the more vintage variety of horror stuff. first up we got Phantom of the Opera. I'm not entirely sure if I have this or not in my collection. A couple years back, I was making the follow-up to Slasher Cart, and I never ended up posting it online or really finishing the project because I feel like it wasn't advancing far enough from what Slasher Cart was, and it felt like it didn't warrant just another texture swap. So I never posted it online really or anything like that, but I went back and I was watching a ton of Universal horror during that time. And, you know, Phantom of the Opera, it's all those old horror stories, they really hold up, man. I mean, it's no wonder that they've been translated so many times and have all these different iterations through over the years, but really cool. So I'm happy to have found this, and happy to add it to the collection. Now this, it's Hitchcock, but it's not really horror, I wouldn't say. The 39 Steps, although I haven't watched the movie. I did read the book, I have it somewhere over here. But I really like the book, so I saw this movie and I said, why not pick it up? Now this, I don't think I've ever seen it. The Terror in the Haunted House, a really rad cover, and I used to go through this like period where like I would buy those compilation DVDs with all the old like horror B movies, and I had my one friend that he would always joke around. Well, I don't know if he was joking, but he would always say like, "Oh yeah, Mark likes all those like old crappy movies and things like that." And you know, I would get Christmas gifts from people, and it would be just box sets of those DVDs with B movies. So I was kind of known for a while for watching this kind of stuff, but I can't recall if I've seen this one or not. I'm gonna have to pop it in and actually see for myself. The Brain That Wouldn't Die, another really rad cover. This one has Elvira on it, Mistress of the Dark. I can't tell which way I am on the monitor here, but super cool. I know I watched this a long time ago, but I don't really have a lot of memories of it. So this will be cool to watch, especially this time of the year, October. So it'll be really fun. Then Destination Mars. I don't really remember if I watched this or not. I probably did because I was really into B-movie science fiction stuff. So it sounds familiar, looks familiar. But again, I think this will be really fun to go back and revisit all this stuff. And my wife, she isn't super into like horror movies. We were watching the new series Derry, or the It series, and we watched the first episode and she's like, oh, this might be a little too scary for me. So we this is more of her speed and something that we can watch together and, you know, laugh at or, you know, have fun with. Okay, so maybe we'll do some more classic stuff first. So Friday the 13th. I was surprised because Friday the 13th, out of all the slashers, Jason definitely connects with me the most. I just have a lot of memories with my friends when we were kids, going to the local video store and renting Jason Takes Manhattan and all those movies that were coming out at the time. So I wanted to have Friday the 13th, and surprisingly, I didn't have it in my collection yet. I didn't have it on VHS. I have all of the Friday the 13th movies on DVD. And I think I have Jason X on VHS. I'm pretty sure I have Takes Manhattan. I think Jason Goes to Hell. I didn't have the original one, which is really the best movie as far as I think like storyline, and especially if you know Jason and see the stuff, the later films, and go back and watch the original, and you're like, Jason's not even in this, or at least not till the end. But this is one of my favorite horror movies. I went to the camp where they actually shot it, and I got to go around and take a bunch of pictures and go in the cabin where Kevin Bacon was impaled and things like that. So it was really fun. And then we watched the movie on the actual lake where they filmed it. So that was a really cool experience. And then I have Halloween 2. So I went back and rewatched this last year, and I thought it was really fun. I really enjoyed it. I thought, having it take place all in that hospital might get a little tired, but I really enjoyed it all the way through. It's definitely one of the, if you like think of the whole series, this one is up there. It's definitely a favorite of mine. But again, that's not saying much for me because I like Resurrection and I like H2O. So, but no, that one I did really like. Amityville: The Possession. So I don't know if I've ever seen this one. I've seen there's maybe a dozen different Amityville movies, from movies that were professionally made to just amateurs making Amityville style movies. I've seen a lot of them. So I live on Long Island, so I've this is a big thing for us. Something we can say, hey, this is where I'm from. But I don't think I've ever seen this, and I don't believe I have the original Amityville in my collection. So this will be good. This is a good placeholder. If anyone comes over and says, hey, do you have Amityville Horror, I can say, you could see the sequel. Poltergeist. This movie terrified me as a kid. I remember having nightmares about it for a while. Imagining walking down the stairs in my parents' house and seeing the TV on and getting pulled into the TV and things like that. So really a cool cover, and super fun to have this for my collection. Something that used to terrify me. Nightmare on Elm Street 4, and then Nightmare on Elm Street 5. I don't know if I've watched 4 and 5. Yeah, no, I'm not sure. Definitely seen the first one. I wasn't as big on Freddy as a kid. I feel like Elm Street is definitely a series that I'm not as familiar with. So if you guys have any suggestions on what's the best one to watch, let me know, because I'd love to get a little more familiar with Freddy. We'll kind of run through these quick. We have The Lost Boys, The Frighteners, Vampires, Graveyard Shift. Looks cool. Can't say I've ever seen it. Stephen King story, so could be cool. We'll check it out. Then we have The Deep, Dracula vs. Frankenstein, which, what a cool cover. A later 2000s movie, Wrong Turn. Chances are I've probably rented this or watched it at some point as a young teenager in the 2000s, probably on a date or something like that. So I don't think it gets a lot of love, the horror movies from the early 2000s, but that's the age where I was dating, so like every date would usually be going to a horror movie, so I do have some love for that period. And I don't really know how to say this. Gamera vs. Gaios? Is that how you say it? No, it's not really horror. I mean, it's kaiju. Can a vampire super bat put the bite on a super turtle? I don't know. We'll have to watch it to find out. So that's all I got, guys. I hope you guys liked it. I think there's some really cool stuff in there. Definitely some things that are going to make my season a little bit spooky with these few days that we have left. But, is spooky really ever out of season? But that's all I got, guys. I hope you guys like it. And I'll see you next time.